What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. It's hot as heck in Wisconsin. It's supposed to be about 100 degrees today. So hot that, my poor German Shepherds, especially I have an all-black German Shepherd, she can't even, they don't even want to go outside and play. So they're just at work with me today in the air conditioning, I suppose. But Harley Davidson last week got a ton of pushback after Robbie Starbuck revealed that they are exceedingly woke, that their CEO is exceedingly woke. And what was the reaction to that? Well, to immediately start hiding replies and blocking people. They were literally following the Bud Light playbook. They thought it would go away. But my friends, it has not gone away. In fact, it has gotten worse. And this happens every time companies get political. And it's just so predictable now, except in this case, now some big names are speaking out against Harley Davidson for going woke, including Sean Strickland of the UFC and many more. Let's get into this story because if you get woke, you go broke. By the way, a lot of people ask, what kind of computer do I have? Where do I get them? Well, I've always gotten every computer since I've been, YouTubing for the last 5 or 6 years from Meta PCs. I've been partnered with them very long time. They don't give a crap about cancel culture. Their computers are amazing. I partner with them to put together like a good, better, best. You can even buy my exact computer here if you are a total crazy person. But you can also custom build. They have laptops. They have financing. They have ready-to-ship PCs. So if you think my list doesn't have something for you, they have ready-to-ship PCs. They are apolitical. They aren't pushing politics on people. And they've got all sorts of options. Promo code TheQuartering will save you money when you're ready to order. I'll leave a link in the description below, too. Now, Robbie Starbuck reporting, Harley Davidson got sick of hiding thousands of replies, so they finally locked their page so that no one can comment on their posts. So you had this, thanks for riding with us, Jelly Roll and MGK. Watch the first live performance of Lonely Road on MGK's YouTube channel. You're welcome. And who can reply? Accounts that Harley Davidson follows. You see these here. They were getting absolutely buried. Some of the early replies. Remember when Harley was kind of cool? Me either. Disappointed in Harley Davidson going woke and Jelly Roll working with these woke companies and stars, Eminem and MGK. Just sad watching this man sink. Getting absolutely crushed. You see, Harley Davidson has been pushing out family-run dealerships for the past 2 years. They only want corporate slaves that toe the line. Longtime family dealerships can no longer afford the costly dealership requirement, nor were they accepting of the woke policies being shoved down their throats. Kolbach Harley Davidson in East Tennessee opened in 1959 and is the latest to lose their bar and shield. We are closing, but not by choice. Rocky Mountain Harley Davidson Littleton is going out of business. Frederick Harley Davidson dealership closing Tuesday. Grand Island Harley Davidson dealer set to close. San Francisco Harley Davidson dealership closed after over 100 years. These are dealerships that helped build the brand. Being seen as, one of us. I don't ride bikes. I tried riding a dirt bike once, and when I was younger, I loved it. The thought of getting on a bike now terrifies me. If some young, beautiful woman wants to take me for a ride on a motorcycle someday, perhaps I'd consider it. But other than that, I'm afraid of them. I fully admit that. ATVs, yes, 4 wheels for me. But a lot of people like motorcycles, and here you have a video of Sean Strickland putting on a video in particular that has, let's see, I suspect these numbers are much higher by now. 20,000 likes. You also see this, sad, I'm selling it. And then he shares this video about Harley Davidson's woke CEO. Then back on July 29th, they muted the comments. Harley, there is still time. I don't want to sell my bike. Your CEO is a German climate activist who has created a woke agenda. Turn back. We will forgive you. Turn back. You see, you promote MGK, the guy that dresses his boys like girls and then does blood rituals. Time to sell that Harley stock while it's up. The stock price is hard to, guess because a lot of these woke companies get monies injected to them, from companies that support that, these globalist companies. But we can look at the Harley Davidson stock today, at least. It's down about 2%. But over the last 5 days, over the last month, it's definitely been up. But over the last day, it's been going down. It's difficult to, know if this is it. But you can see, after facing off with John Deere and Tractor Supply, conservative influencers going after Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson sparks boycott after going totally woke with DEI policies. I mean, this stuff matters to Harley riders. Now, I know that there's a lot of weekend warriors, and I don't disrespect them. If you want to get on a hog and ride, even though you wear a suit during the week, that's totally fine. That's acceptable. But these dealerships are closing across the country because they're pushing companies out, and it's sad. If you look at this, let's listen to Sean's video here.
You guys, I don't want to make this video. I love Harley. I've owned Harleys most of my life, but I will never own a Harley again. If you love America, you won't own a Harley. And let me explain to you guys why I'm so upset and why you should be upset.
By the way, I wish I had an alternative bike maker to recommend. Maybe leave them down in the comments. Is Indian okay? I know they're coming back. Harley used to be, about quality and all this kind of stuff. And from what I hear from people who ride bikes now, they're not so quality anymore.
The CEO of Harley is a woke zealot. This man wrote the book on wokeism. He wants to fundamentally change who you are, how you live, and how you think, and how you raise your family. This man started an organization called the B Team, and its sole purpose is to fundamentally change how you think. And now you have to ask yourself, why Harley Davidson, an American company, a World War II company, why does this company have this fundamental German zealot that knows nothing about America or its brand? Why
question. Good question.
And I'll tell you guys, there's two companies, Vanguard and BlackRock. $10 trillion, they own everything. When you want to know who the enemy is, it's BlackRock and Vanguard. Who is one of the biggest owners of these companies? George Soros.
Oops.
This German they put in this company is an industry plant by this corrupt, sick leftist oligarch.
By the way, great job, Sean. I 100% agree with that. A lot of these CEOs, in my opinion, are just industry plants. That's why you can't ever pronounce any of their names. That's why you're always wondering, why are all these foreigners CEOs of these American companies? It's because they get installed there by boards of directors that report to the shareholders. That's how this works. So anytime you see an American company and that's publicly traded, you'll see a lot of pressure on them. Just because they're publicly traded doesn't mean that, they're necessarily compromised. But once they are, they're going to have that pressure.
To ruin, control, and manipulate Harley. If you love America, you will not own a Harley. And I'm getting rid of this Harley as soon as possible.
It's tough to boycott Harley and then try to sell it. And then for those who don't know what Sean's talking about, we'll talk a little bit about Robbie's original thread, right? It's time to expose. And shout out, if you're not following Robbie Starbuck, you should. He's doing great work. It's time to expose Harley Davidson's woke CEO. Now, this is more information on the CEO. Last week, or a couple weeks ago, Robbie talked about the company itself. This is the guy who makes all the decisions. He admitted on video that he became the Taliban for sustainability. He co-founded B Team, with Richard Branson, to advance wokeness in corporations. He signed a statement backing to end fossil fuels. So that's curious, right? End fossil fuels. I'm not sure Harley sells a lot of electric bikes. Calls for the total transformation of our food and financial systems to adopt wokeness. Called for the Great Reset in 2020 to address climate change, misinformation, and DEI. Signed Harley into the UN Global Compact. Advocates for businesses to, quote, shift norms using their power to advance DEI. I mean, have I give you enough reasons why Harley needs to immediately replace him? Not only do they need to immediately replace him, but they need to address his hiring and who's going to replace him. That's the reality. He helped establish a business refugee action network to promote migrants in Europe. How's that going? Ask those kids at the Taylor Swift concert. our dance class. The B team supported Target allowing men and women's bathrooms. I mean, it goes on and on. You also see Elon Musk doesn't sound super compatible with their customers.
If you've been following my work exposing woke companies, you are going to want to see this video because the Harley Davidson CEO, he is a little different from the other CEOs we've encountered while exposing these companies. And that's because he's a true believer, and I'm going to explain what that means. You're going to want to stick around because
He's right about that. This guy, if you watch some of his videos like I have, he really does believe the stuff he's saying. He really does believe the stuff he's saying. He's not just saying it to keep his job. He truly is a true believer. Robbie's right.
We've got a video of him referring to himself as some version of the Taliban. Yes, he says the Taliban. But in his case, instead of pushing Sharia law, he's pushing sustainability, which is really just corporate speak for wokeness. Now let's start with this. He formed something called the B Team with Sir Richard Branson. And what does the B Team do? Let me show you. Well, for starters, the B Team wants what they call an inclusive economy by 2030, which again is just corporate word salad for DEI. Their strategic priorities between 2020 and 2025 are all about weaving together their strategic priorities on climate, workplace equality, and governance. Again, corporate speak for pushing DEI. What are their goals? They say it right here. They want to shift norms through corporate behavior. So they want businesses adopting DEI to change behaviors throughout society. The B Team also supported Target allowing men in women's restrooms as long as they identify as a female.
Well, as long as they identify as female, right? This is who's running Harley, okay? So the CEO of Harley isn't even American, by the way. He's German. Look, if you go to Harley's social media too, they've completely locked it down. Completely locked it down. Because they have been getting crushed for months. Here's the last one they made 19 hours ago. And did anybody get through? No, nobody got through. There's 7 comments that they deleted before locking it down. And it's people talking about their CEO. Woke check, go woke, get broke. I mean, they locked it down. They forgot to lock it down before they posted it. So a few people got in. But this is absolute. I mean, it's an absolute. This is great. Keep it up. Okay, this is how we make change. It worked with Tractor Supply. It worked with John Deere. It's going to work with Harley Davidson if people stay focused. I hope you enjoyed this video. Well, actually, if they don't change, then they just become Bud Light, which is irrelevant now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.